Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Morning on the mic. Wake up, tap in, baby. The Morning Mac Show. The Morning Mac Show. Yeah. Coffee on the dash, pages in your hand. Big news, small laughs, right at your command. Mac got the truth and the jokes on deck. If your day felt rough, we could fix that right. Listen close, now it's time to rise. Scene with a grin I preach. Hot take in the mix, but it still can't reach. Caller on the line, laughs in every room. From your front porch chair to your work day Zoom. Hands up, now the countdown's done. One bright moment and here we come. Strings rise high, horns cut through. This one's for you. The Morning Mac Show. Turn it up, let it roll. The Morning Mac Show. Take the day.
Grand Rising, people, Grand Rising. It's Turn Up Tuesday. It's Turn Up Tuesday. The sun is hot and bright and it's shining outside. Wow. Yeah, all of that and all the above. Baby, it's getting ready to get hot out there. They were saying that some temperatures are scheduled to reach in the 100 degrees, especially by this weekend. It's gonna feel like it's 105. I said, woo, we about to get a heat wave, a heat blast right after all this rain come through. They're talking about it being cloudy. I know y'all probably saying, why is she on her phone? She looking out on the phone. No. Because I'm having technical difficulties, computer issue. So I'm on here so I can keep up with the show in case the laptop goes out. I can switch so I can stay on the show or stay connected to the show in some way. Because y'all already know. Okay. It's a wonderful, beautiful day. I already said that. And bringing in good positive energy on Turn Up Tuesday. We're ready to turn up. See something, say something, hurt something, shake something. However you want to turn up, you could turn up. Hey, have y'all been keeping up with the news and the court system? That law that I was saying that they trying to pass through, what they fighting against. Oh, I tell you, it's always something here. The laws and stuff passed. They got laws, they got rules. When we go outside the laws or the rules, there's consequences and repercussion. That's life. That everything is life. So they're all into that now. Barbara, the Trump administration versus Barbara. That's what I'm talking about. Was piping in the news, what they talking about going back and forth. And like Molly said, he was correct when he said it's for undocumented immigrants, where they can't be acre babies no more. Because it used to be a time that if you're a mother, if you have a baby here in America, that the baby's American and got all rights and benefits and all that, they call those anchor babies because people will come over here just to have their babies, and it will anchor the whole family and to the America and your benefits. I wasn't for that. I never cared for that because I felt as though you're getting benefits that you never paid a dime into, So, and I don't think that's fair because we can't go to any other country and get benefits like that. We can't go to any other country and get help like that. So why is it okay for them to come here and do that? I never could figure that out. That's why they say this is the land of milk and honey, because they give everybody these opportunities. Okay, well, that's well and good and dandy and great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying not to help, but what I am saying, help your people first. Charity starts at home. Charity starts here. I can't get you straight if I'm not straight. That's putting the cart before the horse before the cart before the horse. That's backwards pulling. Like my friend, like my old friend Lee used to say, you falling backwards in slow motion. So she said, you falling backwards frontwards. And so something Lee used to say that, meaning again, you're going nowhere fast. So I'm not saying that these people shouldn't have rights and get all of that stuff. What I am saying, we have to get your people here first. The people that was born and raised and bred here, they have to get right first. And when you can't help your own people, how are you going to help somebody else? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But hey, this is Turn Up Tuesday. Let's turn it up. Let's blaze in the saddles and everything. I know everybody got their own opinion and everything, but that's just me and that's my opinion. You're entitled to yours, right? So let's say good morning to my super producer, Molly Mall, in the studio with me today. Grand Rising.
Morning on the mic. Wake up, tap in, baby. The Morning Max Show. The Morning Max Show. Yeah. Coffee on the dash. Pages in your hand. Big news, small laughs. Right at your command. Mac got the truth and the jokes on deck. If your day feel rough, we can fix that.
Feeling good. Turn Up Tuesday. How you doing?
Tuesday. Baby, I did something backwards. I did something that I shouldn't have did. Guess what time?
For the horse, what you do?
I fell asleep too much. I didn't wake up till like 10:58.
Yeah, 58.
10:58 last night.
Oh,
and I slept because I remember I was saying I was feeling funny, whatever. I finally went to sleep. Everybody was calling me. I put my phone on the charger. And I was just knocked out. I got to return Misha call, Shonda call, Pam call, Gwen call, Trey call. Everybody was calling me. But I felt so tired and exhausted. And that was from Sunday. So, but I got to make sure that I go to bed early because, I got to be at the hospital tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning. So I need to go to sleep like at 9 o'clock so I can get up at 4 and get myself together so I can be there by 5:30. But the surgery is scheduled at 7:30. But they wanted you to do this so they could prep you and all that stuff and get you ready.
I know who that. What up, Breezy Beats? Subscribe to the YouTube. It gotta be our boy Allen though, because it said bless up kings, queens, and in betweens. It gotta be Al. I'm gonna subscribe to your YouTube.
Trying to sneak it on in there. Oh yeah, we know it's big AI. Yes, indeed. And we're gonna turn up today. I don't know where the party at, but I feel good this morning trying to get it going on somewhere.
What up, Tazzy?
Hey, Tazzy.
There. Say what it do. Y'all make sure I hit that like, that share button while y'all in here.
Like and the share. And these stories are like crazy that happening on the news lately in our area. I've been seeing some crazy stuff, man. And you just got to keep your head on a swivel. You guys, you got to stay blessed up and everything. And you got to protect yourself. That's all I'm saying, Molly.
Misha Me in here. What's up, Mimi?
What's Mimi doing in there?
Hit that like button.
Like, comment, and share. I seen some of the videos that she sent in. Mimi crazy.
And she sent something new in. Let us know you want to share one of them things.
I mean, I seen them on that she sent us, but I don't know. Have y'all seen any of the ones that she sent us?
Nah, I ain't seen it.
Oh, you want to grab one? I don't know if we talk about it on the Turn Up Tuesday or not. Oh, there's a Freaky Friday, but there was one to talk about a little bit that it was crazy. This might be a Freaky Friday subject, but it's regarding men and their sexuality. And I was looking at that. I was like, I don't know what is it considered? What's considered? Actually, it was like what's considered. Is that the video?
This the last one sent in the group.
Yeah, there's
no way that you can say that a man that like his girl fucking him is gay.
It ain't. Well, what the hell is it then?
Is it uncomfortable for a man?
I'm sure
is it
is.
Uncomfortable in a man perspective for you to like something in your ass? Yes.
Damn sure it is. What thought you
is he gay? No.
It's not.
How the fuck is it gay?
Because you're getting something sculpted like a ding-a-ling shoved up your butt. I don't know.
Just because he want his girl to do it, don't mean he want another nigga to do it.
Oh, so long as your girl do it, the fact that it's sculpted like a male's private part, that go out the window, right?
If that's the case, everybody gay.
You's a motherfucking liar.
Come on now, dog.
Why would you even say such a thing?
Yeah, that's brother Star.
That's something you want to tell us?
That's like saying if you'll fuck your girl in the ass, you'll fuck a punk in the ass.
No, the fuck it's not. How the fuck would you even come up with that analogy? But I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't slightly understand your theory and where you're going, because homosexuality is technically male on male.
No.
And I understand that some niggas is more freakier than others when it comes to dealing with their women. But the moment you supplement a ding-dong sculpted like a man's ding-a-ling, that's what makes it gay.
You don't find that suspicious?
Because although that's not what you're getting, that's what you desire.
Let him cook now.
And since you're saying it ain't gay because it's with a woman, I guess it wouldn't be gay if he topped it off and she slapped it on his face either.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. That does not mean that, bro.
No, that's definitely what the fuck that means. And for you to be dependent so hard, that lets me know that you into it too.
I'm not a man, and thank you, Misha, for sharing that video. I'm not a man, and I'm assuming that that was a question for the men on the panel, because I am bewildered and Alan laughing. I'm like, look, I didn't pick it. I'm just saying, you know, it was sent in to discuss. So I guess it was an open forum to the, you know, for us to discuss about that. And the only man that's on the panel with me is Molly and Alan. You know, I'm gonna go to you because I may not be able to read or see your thoughts, but Molly would be able to read it to us. Molly Mall, what do you say about this? Is that guy correct in what he's saying, or is the one that's doing a commentary correct?
The one that's doing the commentary, he's fucking gay. There's nothing you can say or slice it around. And women making it okay, that's the fault. Do y'all think men gay that do that shit? That's the problem. Y'all thinking it's okay, and y'all making it feel like it's okay. Oh yeah, I'm a pug a nigga, and he cool. He ain't gay because he let me do it. That shit is gay. And then y'all throw him back out there when y'all break up, and now these niggas out here finding girls to fuck them. That shit is gay. There's no way around it, and I blame the women for this. I want to know how the women feel. Like, why do y'all think this not gay? The dude in the video was perfect. He talked for, I believe, me and most of the men. But I want to know why the women think this shit is not gay. Why is this shit is okay? Why y'all doing it in the first place? I just don't understand it. Like, how? Like, that's the question for real to y'all. Why y'all accepting this? Why y'all doing this shit with these type of dudes and then asking us, is it gay? Y'all the one that's doing it. Yes, it's gay. The men that don't, we believe that shit is gay. But for the ones who don't think it's gay, it's women who's vouching for them, saying that it's not gay because I do it and then our boyfriend and da-da-da. We had it. Destiny come on here. She talk about, she make her points, and I still tell her I still think it's gay. I don't care if it's your boyfriend or not. You don't allow a woman or anybody to put some in your ass if you're a man. But other people think different. I blame women for that though. I blame y'all. Why do y'all think it's not gay? Why do y'all think it's okay to play with your man butthole? What do y'all get out of that?
Would they? I guess a woman with Destiny, you know, she says she goes both ways. So she likes the role play. She likes dominancy in both areas and all that. But I don't want a man that if my man say, yeah, you can plug me, I'm not going to. No, I'm gonna go the other way, because like the man said in the video, that has to be something that he desire or he wants done. You know, that has to be, and I can't feel secure as a man, as a woman, if my man, if that's something that he desires, he wants. I'm not comfortable in myself because he wants something that I can't give him. So that means you want something else. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't want no other coochie. I'm strictly dickly. That's why I'm heterosexual. I'm not bisexual because I don't desire that. I don't even want nothing in my own butt. Okay? So I don't know what these other women, I know a lot of bisexual women is into cosplay. I think they call it cosplay. They like plugging. You know, like the hardest man want to be plugged. Like one of my girlfriends, and you know her, I ain't gonna say her name on it, but you know the comedian. She was wild like that, and she divorced and separated from her husband, but her husband used to let her peg him. That's what they call it, pegging, PEG, pegging. And I'm just like, no. I just, you know, if you like that sensation of somebody thrusting, and you know, to each his own. But to me, if you do that, yeah, you borderline. I don't know if you're borderline gay or fully gay, but you're something. You're something else, you know. So
Misha said the definition of homosexuality is sexually attracted to the same sex.
Okay.
Sound like you taking up for that gay shit. That's what it sound like, me. It's alright, man. They gonna be gay, just be gay. But don't make
Some
it seem like
women
this
look
is
like
normal.
men.
Like
So
this.
some women look like men.
I'm just saying, there's doms out here that does that to their girl. They not attracted to that same dude. They don't want to put that toy in that dude. They let you know that's gay, and that is attracted to a man part. That's a man's dick. It might not be a physical man, but it's imitating as a man. So when she put it on, she becomes the same sex as him. They both got the same thing. So that's gay. It's still homosexuality, however you want to look at it. Each his
Yeah.
own, but he can't say he's not gay. He can go both ways. That's still gay. You know, they just trying to find a way like this, just a masculine thing. They trying to normalize it. And it's like, nah, these young kids and shit gonna come up with thinking this shit okay, and it's not. It's like, nah, how did we get here? Everybody that's watching, viewing, comment, we got here because man and woman got together. It ain't got nothing to do with this and that. It's just nature. If people want to sleep with the same sex, they want their girl to do this, but you can't tell men who disagree with that is not gay or they shouldn't feel a certain way because it's a woman that's doing it and da 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 da. It's like, nah, I don't see how like people really mentally that fucked up. Like that just don't make sense to me. Like that's just really dumb. It's like a dude get fake boobs and he's like, well, it's still not boobs because he's like, no, that nigga gay. If he trying to do that, if he trying to imitate a woman, he's gay. Even if he take it off, he wear drag at night and take it off and be a man in the morning, he's still gay. He just decided to be a man one day and a woman next day, but he's gay. But people say, nah, because he don't do it full time. I don't get it. And I blame women for that. It's all women fault. A woman of the year was a man that transitioned from a man to a woman. And the women voted for him to be the woman of the year and then got mad with saying how they win woman of the year. It's like it's confusing. It's like a Dom trying to become a man, then become a man, and then she went man of the year. It's like they're not having that shit.
I don't blame it's woman's fault because I believe a man is a man. If you going to stand for that shit, I think women are stupid to go along with it. But man, it's man law. Man make the rules, right? The rules
Now
were
they
given
do
to
it
men.
because it's
So
something
women are stupid for going along with it. And because I can't blame somebody else for your own desires. If that's what you want, that's what you desire, that's on you. You can't blame nobody else on what you want or your desires.
Because if he told you don't cheat and don't go out with your girlfriend, bitches don't listen then. Oh, I'm my own person. I do what I want. Da, da, da. But when he say stick some in his ass, oh, well, I did it because he asked me. That's bullshit. That's bullshit to the most full is high. Don't do it. If you don't want to be with a man and you want to treat men like how you would want your son to be treated, just because he asked you don't mean you do it. He can tell you come with me to rob this bank. Well, he the leader, so I just did what he say. No, women do it because they into that shit. It's women that David Green came on told him a woman was begging him just to lick his ass, and he had to keep telling her no. That ain't a man asking her to do it. That's a woman that's into that shit. So nah, it's
well,
still
you got all types of freak out there, Molly.
I know,
but
that's
I
why
don't blame the freak. It's just like I don't blame the freaks out there. If that's what is the avenue for every time a lane for every kind of car, and if that's the car they driving, I don't blame the maker of the car. I mean, look, that's you, but I ain't licking no ass, and so I ain't that type of woman. But the people that's out there that's like that do that, you notice they play together. They going to do let your freak flag fly. It's just like it's not me, and I hope that the man was talking to the other man, and he was trying to say that what he do isn't gay, that ain't gay because it's done by a woman. Is that the way that they're defining in there? Because they don't want to admit that they're attracted to other men, so they will get women to do it, so they could feel like that they're still staying with inside the law or the natural nature of things. I don't know. Go figure. Misha said that it's if a man loves another man, that's considered homosexuality or that's gay. Men are walking around wearing purse. I think that's gay. Men are wearing like pink clothes and lipsticks and earrings. I think that all of that's gay. People, men wearing lip gloss. I think that's gay. I mean, but you know, when I say gay, I mean the
But why you
feminine.
think the masculine men don't think it's gay neither? So imagine the dude came on here with a purse and all that lip shit you was just talking about and saying that it's not gay. Oh, it's
Then
not
I would
gay.
look at
It
him
ain't
and
gay
I'm
because
like,
this is
okay,
made for a man. This is actually a man, da da da, and a man purse. This is man lip gloss and da 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 da. You'll be like, no. Like, no, that's gay. And if it's women that was there accepted, no, her man not gay. Just because he wear purse like her and dress like her from time to time, that don't make him gay. Like, no, how confusing that is for young adults and kids. They think that's normal. You know, for
yeah,
us, we know it's wrong and confusing. It's like, no, you're gonna be gay, just be gay. Like, that's it. Like, okay, you gay, you do gay stuff, but don't say it's not gay and then try to normalize it for the kids who ain't gay and ain't with this shit thinking like that's what's cool. It ain't that it's gay, that's what's cool. So you got a lot of young boys out here with the little bags on their arm. They're not wearing it because they think it's cool, not because they think, oh, I don't care if people think. Nah, the OGs like, man, you don't take that purse off. They look like ain't no purse. This a band bag, and all they arguing because society made it normal to wear those
that's
things.
it.
And they
It's
got a
the
lot to do
that's it.
with a lot of the women out here. They ain't accepting it. You know how powerful women is. If they said I ain't fucking with no nigga that wear a purse, you know how many dudes would throw that motherfucking bag? They would never wear that bag again. If women don't accept it, we won't wear it. That's just the way it is. But women gonna allow dudes to paint their nails, colors, and all that, and find it cool and still
That's
they dumb. Other little kids gonna do it too. They gonna say,
that's
"Damn,
what
you
I
got this
said.
bag."
Women are stupid and they're naive, you know, to accept that shit. You bring that shit, I'm like, get that out of my face because you raising a man to be a man. You're not raising a man to be a metrosexual. What they used to call them, metrosexual. It's okay for them to get their nails done and they all that foo-foo stuff, right? If you want to be a man, to me, be a man. And I'm not, like you said, I'm not blaming women. I'm blaming society, the whole kid and caboodle, because it's part of their programming. Just like they sit and tell children that they could choose their sex, you could choose your gender. That's that false programming, and that is to break down and kill a generation. They trying to get rid of people. I'm trying to tell y'all. And what's the best way to dim down the human population and get rid of people is not to be able to populate. Like you said out your own mouth, a man and a man can't make a baby, and neither can a woman and a woman make a baby. It takes a man and a woman to make that baby. It takes a Y and an X chromosome, not two Ys or two X, and that's why it's like that. And society is saying, "Oh, it's okay. You could do this, you could do that, you could change your gender, you could be a unicorn, you could be." That's the bullshit. And society needs to stop feeding that to our children. And they let it go. Certain things I'm in the box on, I'm square on, right? I believe you're supposed to have rights, this and that. But when you are changing the nature or natural order things that God created, not, that's man trying to make something out of what God created. No, I'm not with that. That's just me and my personal opinion. I'm not against anybody that chooses to love like that or whatever. You do you. But if you ask me, like I told you, I had a cousin in North Carolina. She was in the 9th grade. Do you know the gay people jumped and beat her up in school because she said that it's not natural for to be gay? Because they was like, "Oh, you don't think it's natural to be gay?" And they beat her up because she's straight. Is that what the society is coming to? Everybody that's straight and doing the right thing, they gonna get bullied and jumped and teased by the other people.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
That's crazy.
Even when you was young, you call somebody gay or faggot, that ain't just sliding. They might beat the shit out of you too. They can still fight. That don't mean just because you'll disagree with them, you can say whatever you want to them. That don't mean just because you went to church. No, I'm just saying, I'm listening. It don't mean just because you disagree or you go to church and you believe in something that yours is true. Would they believe that God created them as well? For whatever they was born to do, they believe they was born just the way they are because God created them the way they are. And you can't tell them they not because you believe in something else. So just like it's each his own. It's enough of us out here for them to live their lifestyle, for population to still go on. Some of these people are some of the most loving people in the world, but they get into these arguments with people because a lot of people are programmed to reject their lifestyle. I don't reject their lifestyle. This is what they choose to do. It's more of us out here to populate the earth. That's how I look at it. But at the end of the day, I don't like them to push it on kids. Let them decide. Because when they was young, they wasn't with this stuff. They was out here playing ball with us. A lot of our gay friends that got older, they was playing kickball, football, basketball, everything with us. They just enjoyed being a kid. Then when they became an adult, that's when they decided this the lifestyle they may live. And people accept it. We don't care. But for them to be in these schools, elementary schools, pushing it on little boys, that's telling them that they already gay, that you ain't got to be a boy if you feel like a girl. You ain't even got to decide right now. It's like, don't do that. Let the kids be kids. Don't confuse them. And that's the only thing I dislike about it. Other than that, it's enough of us to live whatever lifestyle you want to live out here. But just let the kids be kids, because they're not kids for so long. It don't last that long. We always kids for a quick second, then it was gone. Now we adults forever. So it's like, let them enjoy being a kid, man.
That's what I agree too. But that's society that's interfering. They fiending for the other stuff. But that's society that's interfering. It's not us. That's doing it. It's not us showing these pictures to our children. And sometimes it's hard to combat society and social media and the popularity. And when you're trying to get through to your child, you're right. At a young age, they are confused. Sometimes they may feel like this. Sometimes they may feel like that. But that, like a little boy cry, that don't make him a girl. Just because he fell down and hurt his knee, he cried about it. I'm in pain. That don't make him a girl. But what do we do? What do we say? Oh, get up. Don't be crying like a little punk, you little sissy, you little this, you little that. We got to stop doing that bullshit too.
What?
Like when somebody cry or hurt, a little boy cry or hurt themselves, and they yank them up. Man up. Do this, you little punk, you little sissy. You don't cry, blah, blah, blah.
We need to do that more. That's what's missing. And that's why these little boys crying and whining now as adults, because we stopped doing that. Get the fuck up. What you whining for? Shake yourself off. You'll be all right. It's the women. I keep telling y'all the problem. Y'all the problem. Don't talk to them like that. Soften them up. No, them the ones that start every time they fall, they look for somebody to pick them up. Every time they fail, they looking for somebody to help them. Them the ones. That's what they end up turning out to. Y'all don't know it because they young. Women, y'all supposed to do that. Oh no, get up. Y'all supposed to be there.
So the men, it's okay for a man to call a little boy a punk or a sissy.
Man, you call them whatever you want. They just words. Whatever gonna get him up and stop being like a punk or a sissy. That's what he acting like. That's what you call him. But at the end of the day, he's gonna learn from that. The next time he fall, he ain't gonna whine or nothing. He gonna get right up. Because he already know only punks and sissies whine when they fall. Men get up. Men get up and keep trying. But when y'all baby them up, they sit and fall and they whine, they looking to be picked up, and then they quit. I don't want to do this no more. That's why men is very important. Women is very important. Y'all supposed to be there to baby them up. But it's messed up when y'all interfere when men trying to correct it. No, let them correct it. Get back out there later on. You talk to them. Nah, you good. You all right, baby? You good? Let me make sure you all right. That's later on. But right then and there, you don't intervene. And right then and there, Pops don't. When he see you babying them up and all that, all right, mom's going to take care of him, but that's later. But right then and there, he got to learn how to fail and get back up and try again. It ain't no, oh, it's okay. No, let him cry. Let him cry. He should be able to cry. Fuck no. Nah, them suckers right there. We don't need no more of them. We got enough of them, and they quick to shoot. They ready to fight their girlfriends. It's too much of that. Like, nah, I don't like it. I definitely don't like that. Maybe for the little girls. I see little girls fall, yeah, you okay, all that, but even they didn't get that when we was growing up. Not around our neighborhood. You the same treatment, get the fuck up. You'll be all right, get up, shake it off. It might not be as harsh with the words, but it'd be a little different. Oh, you all right, you come on, you good, you be all right. But half the time, most of the girls was tougher than the boys. They fall, hit their head, get right back up. The boys out there fall, oh God, I don't know. Like, nah, we need tougher kids. So we can have tougher adults out here. We got to tell them no more participation trophies. Everybody don't get a trophy. I hate that because your team wins, you get a trophy. Now your team lose, y'all have a banquet, and everybody still get a trophy. What you getting a trophy for? So now they always looking to be rewarded. Even when they lose, they looking to be rewarded. Now you got to put the work in. A lot of us be like, dang, we lost. We're gonna come back and win that shit. It made us work harder, grind harder, work together more as a team, and we come back and we win. But when it's no expectations and you're gonna get a trophy anyway, it's like, what's the point?
That's I agree with that. It's society is softening everything up. Society is changing the roles. Now in society, in the president order, they let same sex get married. They say it's okay. We are steady going through a society where when people get rewarded for bad behavior or people do something that's bad and against, it's against the culture, nature, whatever, but we always do like this, turn the head like, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, it's okay. Instead of saying, hey, why are you doing that? That's not okay. Everybody said, okay, we make it acceptable. We make everything acceptable. And I'm just like, wow.
No kids left behind. Kyle says, sure, maybe it's part of the depopulation / negative self-love agenda. It ain't on me to judge. Oh, man. Also, I feel like the kids shouldn't be exposed to that stuff till 18, and then they can decide. I definitely agree with that. Cali Cal say tough love is still love. Being built strong builds character. Kids need love, but also discipline. Slap a band-aid on it, put them back out there. I agree with that.
Yeah, we was told that. We were like, as much as I feel, I was already get up, Reese, get up off that thing. But I never was like, get, like you gonna punk you this, that. I guess because I'm a girl. If you call me a punk, I'd be like, so. but I mean, for little boys, that's those words and sissies and stuff hit differently. Like when the skinny kids call you fat, and if you're fat, you're gonna be like,
yeah, you was fat.
But I was like, I looked around, but I was like, so are we gonna play? So what? I'm fat. Are we gonna play or what? And that's how we need to program our we got to go through whatever it is that thinks that hurt us or condition us. And look, I didn't coddle my son when he fell. He was like, oh, I hurt. I said, no, you're not. I tried to psychologically do him when he fell, and then I let him cry. Amisha was at the house one day. My son ran and jumped on his bed and hit the floor, bam, and hurt himself. And you know what I did? I sat there and I laughed. I said, get your ass up, get in that bed. I did not coddle him. I did not pat him up. And Misha was right there that day. I didn't. And then my play brother Kenny was over there. And he ran over there and he was like, you okay? He said, he could have seriously hurt us. I said, he's okay. And he was like, all right, man, go to bed before you hurt yourself. But I didn't call him no punk. I didn't call him no sissy. I didn't say, oh, you are the F word for crying. I didn't do none of that because I didn't put that in his head. You none of that. You a man up. That's what you do. You're a man. So what I'm saying that when you're spewing negative stereotypes in there, maybe some little boy is like, am I that? Oh, I'm crying this or I'm crying that. Oh, maybe they're having the little identity crisis, and that also could push somebody away that they're really not.
And that's why all this medicine out here, ADHD, all that fake bullshit. Kids just not getting disciplined. Ain't nothing wrong with these kids. They kirking out. Oh, he just won't sit still. Pop his ass. That's all you gotta do. If you was able to pop the shit out of him, and then we used to get popped and couldn't cry. Imagine getting beat and can't cry. And then if you cry, you get beat even more. It is like these kids solve. It ain't if they crying and whining like a sucker, say whatever you need to say if that's what they been. But if he not crying, he fell and he got up. It's no point in saying it. It's no reason. Why you got to say it? But if he got up crying and whining and wouldn't stop, you say what you got to say. That's why I think it's not a woman's job to be there. They don't know what to say. Oh, it's all right, baby. They don't know what to say. I just ignore him. Like anytime my child fell, hit his head and all that. He was in here, he running. All right. I didn't even mention it. I don't even look his way. Most kids just being birds. And if you say something, that will make them cry. My daughter used to stay falling, hitting her head and everything. I just say, don't look over there. and she'd be looking around and just keep running. But the minute somebody say, "Oh, honey, you okay?" they start crying. They start,
Right.
"Oh my God," it's like, nah. I'm like, no, get out of here. Stop whining like a little sucker. You'll be all right. But now y'all worrying about the words. Like this kid going 10 years later, he's like, I remember when I was 7, my father called me a sucker for falling. Like, fuck, no, I don't remember shit when I was 6, 5, 7, when I was being disciplined for doing something I probably ain't supposed to be doing. It's like, it don't really stand on kids how they try to make it is today. Everybody just like therapists, and they be like, well, you know, when they was 10, his father probably used to yell at him. Who the fuck father don't yell at them? Or who parent don't yell at them? Because if you're a kid, eventually you're going to do something you don't supposed to be doing. If they yelling at you, it's probably to save your life. Get out the street. Get the fuck out the street. You think it's plenty of us been told things nice. Hey, y'all, come on in here and eat. Y'all, come on in here and eat. Y'all get the fuck in here before I whoop the shit you look. That's when kids listen. It ain't got nothing to do with the words. It's the energy. Some kids need that. And if they don't have it, they're going to just run all over the parent. And when they get too old and big, they're like, I can't do nothing. I be trying to talk to them. They don't listen because when they was young, you kept babying them up. Now you tell them do something, it's like, nah, fuck you, and keep it moving. Because you got to start young. It's no different than a puppy. You got to start them off young. You don't train them young, then when they get older, they're going to be out of control. So I'm with parents disciplining their kids. Just don't discipline them, you know, to the point for no reason or just abusing them. Misha got a question. What up, child? Misha said, as a single parent, I'm curious what your views on Al's statement, Greasy. He said a woman cannot raise a boy to be a man. That's Misha's question to you.
Okay, as a single parent, and I've always said this. I always said I can raise my son to be a good person, but only a man. You have to have some influence, your male influence, because men go through stuff that we don't go through. They got different organs. I can't tell him how his ding-a-ling gonna feel, or the nutsack, or his emotions, none of that. Only another man can. And I've always said that. I agree that that's why it's important for men to stick around and to be around. When I was a single parent, because his father punked out and ran off and left me with the responsibilities, but that's okay because I had other men in place, not boyfriends, men, but other family members that was there for Tyree to look at. All the men in our family, remember when Tyree's a baby little, all of them had their influence. They would come, LaVar would come and get Tyree on the weekend. My father would get Tyree on the weekend. They would come. He had that outlet. He had men around him that would snatch him up. LaVar would get all the boys together. And then Alan was there. That's how they was in there making music. They would do that men thing. So yeah, he needs that male association. And then by me being a single parent, I would get all the male cousins and let the boys spend the night so the boys can act like the boys. And they knew me. I would whoop a little nigga ass. So they was, I'm taking them to Hooters. And they looking at the girls like, oh, look at that, little stuff. I'm doing stuff that influenced by men, around men, with my son, because I know it's important for him to have that male figure. I'm a female. I'm the one that he come to when he ain't feeling good, mom, the doctor, the nurturer. I'm that part. But when he needs to know about something else, he has to go to my Uncle Eddie, which is his Uncle Eddie. He has to go to Uncle Stanley. He even had Uncle Junior. He had he had Alan around. He had LaVar. He had all these men that I would boom, 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 boom. Come talk to Tyree. Say something. Boom, 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 boom. So y'all know how I feel that men need men. A boy need a man around when they're growing up. Yeah, they do. They need both mothers and fathers. But can a woman raise a man to be a man? No, you need that male influence somewhere, but I can raise my son to be a good person. And that's what I did. And by his other male friends and family members around the experience, he grew into the man that he is or what he need to be. And guess what? At 33, the nigga's still growing. He's still growing into his manhood. Bro, I did the best with my son, what I could as being a single parent. I worked all the damn time. And I knew I was missing a lot of steps, but I had my family and my village help me raise my son. And I'm so thankful for that because a lot of people don't have a village to go to and to raise their kid. And they protected, not only did they raise Tyree, they protected and they loved my son. So he wasn't nowhere getting abused. He wasn't nowhere getting hurt up. He wasn't nowhere. And if somebody hurt him, the men in the family, you better not get hurt, you know. So I'm good. I'm you know, fortunately, I'm good. And as he get older and then questions and stuff, he still is looking for that father, because he's looking for his father to answer a lot of those questions. So to all of you absent parents out there, you ain't got to be with the woman to be a father, but be a father to your child, whether it's a female child or a male child, because the girl needs her daddy too. Okay? Trust and believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm female. A girl needs a daddy too. You need both parents. Both parents do not have to be together for them to get that child love and what their child needs. You ain't got to run from your responsibility. Tag, you're it. If you take care of what you're supposed to take care of, that's a real man right there, taking care of his responsibility. That's a real woman taking care of their responsibility. That's my answer to you, Misha, as a single, asking me that as a single parent. That's my opinion. Did I answer it?
Me. Someone did I answer? Yeah, I believe so. Alan said Ty was around us growing up, and we damn sure wasn't soft with Ty. It doesn't have to be his father; it can be his cousins, uncles, and male family members. Yeah, right there, because a lot of people say that, well, this person ain't have a father around. Like, well, damn, where was his uncles and his cousins and stuff like that? You know, oh yeah, they was around. All right, then he good. But some people don't allow brother to step in and beat his body. Don't hit my son. Don't put your hands on my son. They don't let big cuz come in and step in. My cousins, brothers, all of them ready to beat our ass. Ain't matter which one. They ain't got know what happened. Get them. And they just hit out. We can't cry to grandma or mom and say, oh, my cousin. No, what you do. Now you might get another whoop just for snitching. You know, so it's just like, it's just so different today, man. Like I done seen it so many times, like sisters arguing because one had to discipline the other one's kid, and it's like that's her aunt. Yeah, she was talking crazy to her aunt, and her aunt told her, "Hey, you got me fucked up," and had to put hands on her. And now you trying to tell your mother on her sister. Now your sister, they about to fight because she don't know how to talk to her aunt. You know, but it just weird. But you still don't put your hands on my child. I'm like, whoa, we ain't have it like that. You know how many
We sure didn't.
I was like, yeah, but that's the era. It's changed. People discipline their kids only, and they don't like other people to discipline. You know, and I'm like, I get it.
It takes a village. It takes a village. If then that child's going to be a problem when they get older. Trust and believe. I done seen it. Don't nobody put their hands on my child. Don't nobody, and your child grow up to be rotten, because it takes a village. Because we're not with our child 24/7. We're not with our child to protect them all the time. So we entrust. If I tell my brother, I had my niece, and I said, "Oh, I whip children over here." I said, "I cannot make you mind. If I can't make you mind, I can't make you. I can't watch you. If I can't make, control the narrative, make you my niece is over here flipping on my couch, flipping on your little girl." And I said, stop doing that. Stop doing that. And she just kept doing it. I got the belt and she upside down doing a headstand on the couch. I took my belt and her butt was right there. And I tore that tail up. I only gave her a cuss. Didn't I tell you? And she got down real quick and would start crying. It was like the worst thing in the world. And my brother said, your auntie don't play. When she tell you to do something, do it. You don't listen, ain't nothing daddy can do for you. And that was my brother, because you know why? Because he knew I loved my niece to death. And he knew I would not hurt my niece. And he knew if I told her to do anything, it was for her good, for her betterment. I trusted. He knew I trusted. He trusted me and I trusted him when it came to discipline, because he just had to get behind ties sometimes too when they was little. And he that's how we grew up. We grew up, we got beats by the uncles, the cousins, the like you said, the adults, the older kids, hey, That was a normal thing. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna tell, granddad. You know what? I went to my granddad crying. He said, "What's wrong with my baby? Who hurt my baby?" And I was like, I pointed at everybody hurt my baby. He said, "Don't you hurt my baby no more." And that was the end of that. Or he act like he fake hitting them. Like, oh, that's my baby, And they be like, she's spoiled. You spoiling her. You spoiling her. But that never stopped them from beating my ass. He ain't never said, don't you hit her no more. Don't you beat her no more. I still got my ass beat. Even though I went crying to my granddaddy and he fake got them, but he didn't get them. Because they would, if I did something the next day or the next hour, guess what? They would be tearing my ass up again the next day or the next hour. So, like I said, it takes a village to raise
I'm
children.
gonna do the same thing with my grandkids. Like that's just happened as a grandparent. Like my mom was totally different with my kids than she was with us. My father the same way. It's like they can run at them and they pick them up when they crying, kiss them, and wherever they hurt at. I'm like, hold on now. But it makes sense. They like, nah, we did that to y'all. It's y'all turn now to be tough on them. But yeah, that's what grandparents supposed to do. I'm okay with granny doing it.
But the grandparents don't stop them from getting the beating. They say, "What you do?" Well, you know better not to do that. Molly don't allow that. Your daddy gonna get you. They talk to you a reason. You did crying like,
My mother calling all that. Like, don't you ever put your motherfucking hands on my grandbaby again. I was like, all right, mom. And my daughter used to be size like, yeah. I was like, I didn't even touch her. She just mad because I didn't let her get her. Well, whatever she want, you do it. I'm like, all right, mom. And I do it. I'm like, I gotta listen. That's my mom. Just know you better listen because I'm your dad too. That's how it works. That's the order. But yeah, my mom stay bailing these kids out. And we was like, Mom, you was not like that with us. But that's just her being a grandma. We couldn't even go to our grandmother about stuff about her. Like it wasn't happening. Our grandma's like, boy, that's your mother. I'm like, all right, that's all we got. Well, that's your mother.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I will say this. My granddad, if he see my mother hitting us the wrong way, which he considered wrong, he would jump up and getting her ass. And he meant that. You better not ever let me see you hit that child like that. You know how you get hit and your head get knocked up against the wall. He didn't play that. He said, discipline them right. See, there's a difference between beatings and discipline. It don't mean to take a shoe or hammer or hit your child. That's not discipline. That's abuse.
That's what it takes sometimes. That little hand don't work no more.
That's abuse. And if he saw you abusing the grand, he would definitely step in and get in my mother or my aunt, whoever's doing that ass. Like, that ain't the way you do it. And he ain't telling you not to beat your child, not to discipline your child. Discipline your child. He's telling you you don't hurt you because you could kill a child, you could hurt a child. That's not discipline. That's abuse. And
tell people how to discipline their kid. I don't care. You pick up a pole and hit them with it. That's on you. But I hope you ain't trying to kill them if you love them. I done seen people get beat with brooms, switches, all types of stuff, remote controls. But I never seen intent to try to kill them or hurt them. Just sometimes they get to an age and they so big that hand don't hurt them. It hurts you. That's how our mom said, that belt ain't enough no more. You hit the metal side, or a back scratch or something that's solid, and we getting beat with it. I would love for somebody to step in and say, hey, you don't do that, but we ain't had that. Whatever we did, we knew not to do it again. But the problem is when people step in, when other kids getting disciplined, they know, okay, I do it again because I know this person to step in for me when I'm wrong. And it's like, nah, I don't mind people speaking on certain things. Like you see somebody beating their kid once it's over, put them to the side. Hey, look, I understand you discipline your child. I think you went a little too hard, but never let the kids see you step in, because all they do is try to use that between y'all two. And now they're going to know, okay, I'm going to talk shit when this person around or near the house because I know they ain't gonna beat me, or they'll step in and try to help me. So it's just like I don't mind people speaking to other people about how they discipline a kid, but don't do it in front of the kid. Shit, people discipline out of anger most of the time. That's tag.
right. And that's what my granddaddy would step in and say, wait a minute. Because if you that hot, that man, you calm down. Because you and then you whoop your child. Because that's when a lot of kids get their arm broke, their leg broke, get a bust upside the head and get gashes in their head. I've seen it, lived it, and experienced it. So I know what I'm talking about. And when he stepped in and he said, he ain't saying don't whoop their ass. He said you don't do it out of anger and you don't do it all willy-nilly like you beating somebody in the streets. This disciplining and beating are two different things. And he had to stop you right then and there because you may end up killing the child, and that ain't gonna do no good later. Well, I was gonna pull you aside and tell you that you shouldn't be knocking your child in the wall. Head in the wall. I was gonna tell you that, but I was gonna wait till after you finish. Child in the ICU now. You in a coma now. You see, you stop it. Like, well, hold up.
Nah, but that's for fishing. Like if it already happened, call the police then. That's child abuse. People always try to say this was going to happen, so I had to stop it. No, you don't know what's going to happen. None of us fortune tellers. So if that person slammed that person head into the wall, that is child abuse. Call the police. It ain't no stepping in. You stepping in to stop them from killing this person now. So it's like, which one is it? Did this person really slam this kid head into the wall to the point that you had to step in? You should be calling the police. You know, but if they just beating them and you stepping in, and then ain't nothing wrong with that, you just stepping in because you granddad or you grandma, that's what they do. You know, but at the end of the day, this kid did something wrong. They need to be disciplined. If you keep stepping in, this kid gonna keep doing that shit, and the police ain't gonna give him no second chance. We say we get our ass whooped here because the police ain't gonna treat you a lot different. So if you don't discipline your kid, the police will. And you think they gonna sit back and have anybody step in? Nah, they gonna sit back and record them. Why the police beating on them, possibly doing something worse than them? So it's like they can't listen to their parents. Like who the hell else they gonna listen to? They can't listen to the people that gave them life. Even if it's plenty of times my mother was wrong and thought she was right, but I still had to go along with it. Then later on, she's like, "Oh, my bad, honey, I was wrong. I thought that." I know, but I couldn't argue with her even when I was right. I couldn't say, "Mom, you wrong." I'm telling you that it is kids that grew up like that. You get smacked in the face for that. Like two adults talking, you couldn't just step in and talk. You had to say, "Excuse me, man," and I'd be saying, "Excuse me" for 3 minutes. My mother hit me. I just got to just sit there. After a while, I know to just shut up and wait. You know, but she just let me stand there and be like, excuse me. But if I would just step in and be like, "Hey, Mom, that Pat, don't you see two grown people talking?" That's out of the window now. Kids be popping in while parents on the phone and all that, talking to the other people. You know, like, what y'all doing? It's like, no, like something went wrong. And I think it got a lot to do with us. You know, the generation that's coming up, we allowing our kids to just get away with too much. They can tell the teacher on the parents on the teachers, this and this. Like they supposed to all be working together to make sure this kid get what his need. But this kid found a way to divide him. And they using the system to divide him. You beat him, you can go to jail. And if you don't beat them, they're gonna send them to jail anyway, because they're gonna be out here wilding. So it's a lose-lose.
But it's the way you discipline. You don't discipline to kill or to maim a child or to make them disabled. It's discipline. That's why they call it discipline. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to discipline. Like we was talking last week about that father who had his son up in the morning exercising. I'm all with that. I'm like, it didn't hurt the dad one bit, but it caused the child a physical, like, I guess it didn't even cause the child pain, but I guess they figure they getting up out of their sleep to do this and then do that. Hey, well, nothing wrong with that. Wasn't nothing wrong. It's not like he was taking a bat, beating his child with a bat, or throwing knives at him. William Tell, you remember that's the father that was shooting the arrow, put the apple in the child head. And he wasn't doing nothing bad to the child, but he was teaching them respect, discipline, and humbleness. And that's the core values that we should be teaching with our children. No, but that's because the society now, everybody want to be their child's friend. You're not their friend, you're their parent. Let me tell you, when you and your child could be friends and y'all could be good friends is when you become an adult too. Now you're two adults. Now that's my mother, I'm her daughter. That's my father, I'm her daughter, I'm his daughter. But now we could be friends because now we're on that adult level. You're not taking care of me. You're not overseeing my daily needs. You're not making sure that I grow up right. You're not making sure I get my education. All of the onus is off for you. So that's why when you grow up, you got to grow up. Like I said, we only a child for a little while. For a little while. So enjoy that because once you grow up, you grow up. And you're no longer your parents' responsibility. You got to get out there and fend for your own. And now I can sit on the phone with my parents and be like, yeah, Dad, I did this and this and that, and talk to them about adult life, adult things. But when you're a child and you coming up, you shouldn't be too pressed to be their friend because you're not even on a level. That's why you want to be their friends. You 37-year-old, why you want to be friends with a 15-year-old? Do you got other 15-year-old friends? So I don't understand that about the parents want to be their child friends. No, you need to be parenting. That's what happened in society. They switching the roles. I ain't got no 13-year-old friends. Why I need to be your friend? I'm your parent. Does that make sense? You know?
And they be getting it mixed up, just because somebody your parent, then they say, oh well, they just friends. It's just like, nah, if you somebody parent, you all of that. You they protector, you they friend, you they enemy sometimes because you gotta be because they hurt themselves sometimes. So I'm with that. You gonna party with your kids, have fun with your kids, but at the same time you gotta let them know when they wrong. You gotta discipline them at the same time. So I ain't against when parents out here and they they got that close relationship with their kids or not. That's love right there. But at the same time, you still gotta make sure you correct them when they wrong. It's the ones that don't correct their kids when they wrong and just allow them to live like if they is just a friend. They ain't just a friend, man. They everything. That's your everything right there. They small version of you. That's how I look at my kid. That's me. Like, gotta take care of me. That's another version of me out here. I can't just leave him out here. Even if he get mad at me about something, I gotta at least let them know. I understand it might piss them off for this short period of time, but when they get older, they understand. It's a lot of shit that I ain't understand when I was younger. And I used to be mad. Why I can't do this? Oh, y'all just don't want that. And I get older, it's like, damn, I could have been lost my life. I used to want to do some dumb stuff, go some crazy places, and I ain't care. Come to the house 4 a.m, getting cussed out, not understanding. Like, that's dangerous. I'd be scared to death if my daughter walked in the house at 4 a.m. and I ain't know where she been at. But I used to do that to my parent a lot. Then I drag my little brother with me. Nigga, you can't go until I go in, because if you go in, they're gonna ask you where I'm at. So and he be in there like, bro, we gotta go in all night. I'm like, we gonna get in trouble anyway. So it ain't no point of going in at 1. We might as well go in whenever, because we gonna get our ass whooped. But he getting whooped with me. He can't really snitch or say much,
And why you drag your brother with you?
Yeah, I used to.
But why?
Because he wanted to hang with me all day. So now you're gonna hang with me all night. Don't run off now that it's getting curfew time. You're like, I don't want to hang with you. Nah, you want to hang with the big boys. This what we do, Yeah, but shit, now
you want to get the whooping alone, huh?
Yeah, because we can get in while she sleep. We can always say like, we been in here, but my mother ain't sleep. She a night out. That's probably who I got it from. 4 a.m, she already in there just chilling, talking to one of her buddies, probably drinking some coffee or something, laughing. I just like, God dang, she's still up. I be looking like, dang, well, forget it. We gotta go ahead and walk up in this joint, but
that old saying, mom don't go to sleep till the house is asleep. Everybody gotta be in it, then she can settle down because she be worried. Where is my son? Where is my child at? They out there in the street.
We got
so definitely.
Alan said, I just got on my daughter because my 3-year-old G baby tried to dock for the road, and I yanked her ass up and sent her in the house crying. My daughter gonna ask me why she crying. I told her, don't have her out here with me if you're gonna ask me why. Obviously she did something wrong. Taddy said, "Do y'all think beating your kids is a slave master trait, or just something we inherit through family using it as discipline?" Because the segment is white folks don't beat their kids.
I've seen some
That's a
white
good
kids
question.
get disciplined. See, Tazzy, that's what we're trying to say. The difference between beatings and discipline. Beatings and discipline. That's what we're trying to say.
In the
No.
mix, but it still can reach. Call her on the line, laughs in every room. From your front porch chair to your work day Zoom. Hands up, now the countdown's done. One bright moment and here we come. Strings rise high, horns
Hey.
cut through.
Phil, you right in time.
This one's for
What's up? What's up, fam?
Turn it
What's
up.
good?
The morning Mac Show.
That's
Take
what
the
we're talking about.
day
You
by
right
the
on
throat.
time.
Hit me first when the
I was
world
just
feels
about
slow.
to answer
The morning
the
Mac
question.
Show.
The
Yeah,
slave master mentality. Then the slave master mentality, they whip you with whips till they draw blood. Sometimes they kill you. We're talking about disciplining your child. That's the difference. You know, it's named other ways of discipline. And remember, we were talking last week about that guy who disciplined his child by getting him up like 3 o'clock in the morning to go running and all that stuff.
Brandon Marshall.
Yeah. See, discipline comes in all different forms. Now, if you're giving a child a beating, that's something different. Beatings come from slave mentalities. But a whooping, I'm gonna whoop your behind. That is sometimes you got to get your child's attention. And I know I've seen some Caucasian kids to get tore up by their parents. And then I seen some Caucasian kids that got actually abused and hurt by their parents.
The morning
Hey.
Mac Show. Turn it up,
Hey.
let it roll. The morning Mac Show. Take the day by the throat. Hit me first when the world feels slow.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, Kool-Aid? Cherry,
Nothing much.
bad cherry flavor. What the hell?
I'm a comedian, so I'm just making up flavors,
Got
honey.
the dash flavor for y'all today.
What's
Yeah, I
the
just came from-
flavor?
Dietary favor. 'Cause I just came from the gym, so I'm trying to, keep that in my brain. Diet. That's all.
Diet.
Yeah.
Okay, you trying to be sweet and low. I see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on, drinking not too much sugary stuff. That's all.
Sugar free, honey. Sugar free. Look, I don't
Sugar-free.
know about the sugar. I'm trying to be sucker free. So I'm working on not getting hooked up with suckers.
I
Yeah.
can understand that. Yeah, they need some of them diet ones too. But y'all talking about beating kids? Oh Lord.
Discipline.
Slave.
You know, Phil just came in. Read Tazzy's question over, Molly, and let Phil and Kool-Aid answer. See how they feel about it.
Do y'all think beating your kids is a slave master trait, or just something we inherit through family using it as discipline? Because this segment is white folks don't beat their kids.
Mm.
Phil,
Well, him. Go ahead, Philly.
which one y'all gonna go first, Molly?
You
which one
asking me?
Yeah,
You asking me? You know my philosophy. So, beat them damn kids. Man, white people don't beat their kids and then they go out and shoot up schools. I beat my kids so the police don't kill them later. So, nah, man. No. It ain't no damn slave mentality. It's a disciplinary mentality. I mean, they beat us and we survived and did better. Look what's going on out there now.
Yeah, that's what Molly was saying. That's what we were saying. Kool-Aid, what's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts on I didn't grow up getting beatings. I never got beat a day in my life by a belt or anything like that. My family didn't do that to me, so I don't really know. But I seen kids get beat. They running, jumping. I seen all that. I was like, oh shit.
She's a
And
dramatic.
They literally, when they were getting spankings and different things, Yes, ma'am. And some of them wouldn't continue those behaviors. I've seen it growing up with other people's, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, shoot, no mess with Miss whatever, Betty, just saying, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I do believe that it works for certain children. But with my children, I didn't have to give my children spanking except for the one, and they still was bad. So it just depends on, you know, how the child takes it. But I used to beat my little son with the belt and turn his little butt over, and he he is straight popper. So it just depends on
When my
what
kids
you.
were little, we were taking about a van load them to the baseball game, and them kids were acting a total ass.
Mhm.
So my ex-wife, she pulled my son out and beat his ass. You ain't hear nothing out of the rest of them kids the whole day.
Yeah.
One ass whipping settled the whole van down.
Yeah, and then like the slave mentality, I think that's a little different than disciplining your children. I don't think that was inherited because for real, if you go back like with the ancestors or your great grandparents, they go get the switch. Go get the switch. Now I was told go get the switch, and I didn't go get the switch. I saw hell no. I said, Grandma, it was my great grandma. I'll never forget. So I'm sorry, and I was trying to be, and I didn't go get the switch. Somebody else went to go get the switch.
And I'm going to say, you live to tell about it?
That's what I said. Somebody else went to go get the switch. Because I told her no. When she told me to come in, I'll never forget it. I was 8 years old and I'm 45. She told me to come in. And I said no. That was it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
David, take the
boys and
show.
girls,
It's your music, baby.
the funniest man in the world,
And like
funny man, David Green.
We know he got beat. He's still getting beat.
I want to share a clip with y'all from South Park. They was talking about how to deal with kids with ADHD. I don't know how South Park's still on air, man. They be going hard, but this chick.
This treatment is fast and effective and doesn't use harmful drugs. Watch closely as I apply treatment to your first child.
Sit down and study. Sit down and study. Stop crying and do your schoolwork.
If you would like more information on my bold new treatments, send away for this free brochure entitled, "You Can Either Calm Down or I Can Pop You in the Mouth Again."
See, that's beating. That's
wrong. That's wrong.
That's
Funny as hell, but that's wrong.
that is wrong. And we all agree that that's wrong. Punching a
And that's the
child.
thing. If a kid got an ass whooping, how's it wrong? Now you ain't
That's
gonna
not
beat
a
him upside
ass
his
whooping.
head and shit like that. But most time when you pop a kid in front of the other kids, the other ones tend to listen. You ain't got literally beat them in the head like South Park just overdid it. But they just saying
Right.
our kids dealt with ADHD instead of filling them up with all these fucking drugs and be making them an addict from the age of 5. Because now they are patient for life. That's what people don't understand. Now you filling this kid up with drugs. It's like, oh, now he's quiet. No, he can't move. He fucking drugged up. He high. He's doped up. So of course he gonna sit still. That's not the problem. Beat his ass. Back in the day, the kids like that used to get their ass whooped, and then they came down, sat down, and did their work. And the other kids who used to follow, they was like, shit, I don't want that. That was an example for the rest of them. But
That's
now
right.
they just feed them pills, and now it's other parents out here. Yeah, you shouldn't hit your kid. So they feed their other kids pills, and they encouraging other kids. No, he might just got ADHD. That's all. Just send him to my doctor, and they just getting addicts. These little kids on drugs when they should just be getting their ass whooped.
When did HDAD start? Where did that shit come from anyway? Whose happy ass idea was that?
I don't know. We gotta look it up.
Whatever happened to kids just being bad?
Exactly.
Or possessed.
Spanking.
This nigga said possessed.
Possessed. Yeah, some of these bad boys are some hellions.
But that's why you take the belt or the switch and you hell in on their ass. You ain't gotta punch them in the mouth like steal them like you do a nigga in the street. Bam! You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta body slam them. But you could get a child's attention without going to that extreme because children don't like to get hit. I'm gonna tell you that I remember the time I was after Tyree Hayes. He ran. I had the belt. He ran and jumped on the old clean over on the other side of his bed. Took the mattress and pulled it up over him. All I could do is stand there and look and laugh. I'm like, damn, this kid is strong as shit. So what did I do? I said, okay, I'm not gonna beat you right now. I didn't say we're gonna beat him. No, I'm not gonna beat you right now. I waited till he calmed down, till he forgot about it, and I tore that ass up. Because
I want to know that. That's Kenny.
He was so scared of, and of a woman. So
how do people discipline their kids without spanking them? I want to know that because I know a lot of people against spanking their kids. I want to know what are y'all doing? Most of them people probably don't have kids, but for y'all, what is the other substitution to discipline your kid without spanking?
Taking privileges
What
away.
I hear a lot.
Yeah.
What I hear a lot is the word timeout. But back in my day, we had knockout. There was no timeout. It was you got knocked out.
I want to know. Reese said taking privileges away. That's a good one. You take the game.
Take the game.
So how long until that don't work? So when they don't care about the phone in the game, then what you do?
I ain't never made it past them not caring about the phone or the game. So that part I wouldn't know because they care so much about playing the game.
I'm saying they come an adult, they don't longer need you for a phone or shit. So how do that help? Because when they become adult, people can't just take shit from them, So it's like they not them more than you help them because they now always fuck up and there's no discipline. Oh, they might take my phone. They might, but now you're a young adult. They ain't no taking no phone.
You take privileges like clothes away?
No, they grown. They can get all their shit now. How do that work for them in an adulthood? Now
you mean when they're adults? Then they can get on their own.
Exactly, but now this is how they know how life is. When I fuck up, you just take my phone. I ain't got to worry about that no more, so I just keep fucking up. Oh, would you just take my clothes, what? I got my own shit, so now I can fuck up as much as I want, and ain't no motherfucking consequences about it. I just like, how do that helps them in the long run? That's what I get it. People, I took his phone and shit. Some kids eventually they don't care about a phone, or they got friends with phones, iPads. They can find other ways to get on these social media sites. But I'm just like,
how do you care about the roof over their head? Because if I can't make you mine, every household got rules. If you can't go by the rules and stuff, you have to find another household.
I like that. Taddy said find some shit around the house that need to be done and put them to work. Ask them to do they know why they doing it, what they doing. That can be good. I like that.
I mean, if you can't just beat your kid and just not explain to him why you're doing this. He needs to understand this is happening as a consequence of something he did. I mean, so there's two parts to it. So I mean, if you just beating your kid out of anger and malice, that doesn't work. But you beating his ass, showing him that this is a result of something you did, and this is the consequence for something you did.
Yeah.
I need to know what age you stopped beating their ass, because my son reared up in me when he was 16 years old and got beat down. So
then after you beat down, then you throw his ass out. Like, okay, now it's time to get out. After you beat.
Can you say make them write sentences, no allowance, stand in the corner?
Yeah,
like that sound like white people shit right there.
Well, I used to
that's the time out. No TV for an hour. Time out. Go stand in the corner.
I was don't buy no snacks.
They don't buy no snacks. So you got
no snacks, the stuff they like. When they go outside, they ain't got no money in their pocket. I do stuff like that. I ignore.
That's taking away privileges. That's it.
So there's no different in jail. You do something wrong, they put you in a hole. You don't eat like the rest of everybody eat. Basically like that. like punishment.
Yeah, I buy nasty food, the generics.
Okay.
I'll sit there and eat a steak and shit and lobster and crab legs in front of them. And, yeah.
Oh, that is cruel and unusual right there.
That is discipline. And your ass, you're going to straighten up. You're going to take the garbage out.
That'd be crazy. So if a kid hit their parent, y'all just talking to them and like putting them in time out and taking their shit, y'all ain't gonna understand and put them in a place that you don't put your hands on anybody without no consequences. That's why kids go out here getting fucked up and don't understand why the other kid beating their ass, because you even said something or you did something, but you never been disciplined, so you don't know what comes after this. Ain't no other kid gonna put you in time out. They gonna beat your ass. If you stole from mom and you used to stealing from family and they just keep putting you in time out and take little stuff from you, when you steal from somebody else, they might put you on the ground. They might beat the dog shit out of you. It was just an NFL player just went to jail because somebody stole from him out his Airbnb. I'm just saying that's how mad people get, but it's kids out here that do what they want because parents ain't disciplining them the right way. I just feel like ass whoopers always help, you know. So you
ass whoop, yes.
Outside of this house, somebody gonna whoop your ass. Somebody gonna want to whoop your ass. If you put your hands on somebody else, they're not gonna say, "Oh, time out, go sit in the corner."
Go stand in the corner.
You know, it's just like I don't get it. You know, I don't think you should just beat your kid for no reason. Don't explain to them why they getting their ass whooped. Most people that's getting chased by the police, they know why they getting chased by the police.
They know why they exactly.
I'm getting my ass whooped. It ain't no y'all be acting like kids just dumb. Like they don't know why. You gotta explain the what. No, they know why. You didn't do your homework. You fucking up in school. Most time you getting told why you getting your ass whooped. Why you getting your ass whooped? So all this like sit down with them, explain to them, drill it in their head. No, they know why, and they ain't gonna do it again because they don't want another ass whooping. But if there's no ass whooping come from this, and they like, okay, I can still go to school, have fun when I get there. It's like, nah, whoop their ass and take privileges. That's what we did. You get whooped and you still losing your privileges. It ain't
and
no
you get embarrassed in front of your classmates. You did it in school. They get here's somebody mother coming to school. They looking around. Who mother is that? Parents serving back. Did you notice? Well, one mother, the whole class act like they good. Some who mother's that? The whole class.
The kids that don't deserve it though. Like if you a kid out don't deserve your ass whooped, yeah, you shouldn't. But there's other kids out here. They really deserve it, and then they don't get it. Then they get late, and they be like, "Them kids down Gallery Place tripping out. Then they down Navy Hall, they shooting out. Yeah, these all the kids that don't get their ass whooped.
You think they're the ones that don't get their ass whooped?
Hell yeah, because the kids that get their ass whooped, no, I got to deal with my mother.
They know better.
They put fear in them, the fear of God in them.
I wanted to ask the men a question about discipline and for young. So for the men, for young male adults, for the men and young males, how would you discipline them? Like if they keep like bucking up to you, even if it's your stepson or your son, like would you smack them in the back of the head a whole bunch of times?
How old? How old?
Let me finish. Till you hear a pop. Like if they did something wrong, or if they was out bullying another kid, or if they just was talking back to the mother.
How we gonna discipline them? Are you trying to tell us what we gonna do? Just ask us what would we do instead of what somebody else probably done, and you trying to ask.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I want to see if that is abuse. Like, do you call that abuse or do you call that discipline? That's what I'm trying to get to.
What do you do? Just smack the back of his neck or something?
No, I know somebody that smacked a child in the back of their head a lot of times for them being, bad or whatever they've done. But I'm saying, is that what you would do to your son or your child?
No, I wouldn't want to give my son no fucking concussion.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably hitting him to the point that it don't hurt him enough. He probably smacking him across his head, but he ain't hitting him with all his might because it ain't gonna be no 5 times. It's one time and he out. So he probably smacking on the back of his head, and he probably don't like it. I wouldn't do that,
I'm just saying that's abuse to me. I was just trying to figure out for the men's sake, because the person was saying that's not abuse. Yes, that is. Keep smacking the kid in the back of the head a couple of times, and you hear that pop, and they crying and my head. I think that's abuse.
Yeah.
I punched my son in his chest and knocked the wind out of him. Just because he was to the age, if it really got something going on, he was almost as big as I was. Yeah. So I had to stop it before it got started. You know, I had to
Yeah.
make sure he wasn't feeling himself enough to really try me.
Yeah, I know somebody that did that too. They punched my child in their chest and they almost died. So I don't recommend that either. I just don't like stuff like that. I mean, a belt, if they get, now they were a kid. Now I'm talking about like if they're big and shit, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm talking about kids. We're
Yeah,
talking about
that's
discipline.
where it be going wrong. Like people
But
Yeah.
I'm
can,
talking about a 16-year-old.
Oh yeah, that's
So
what I said. And
yeah,
then
we just
that
say that how
affects the
baddie
kid's
be at
brain
like
too.
8, 10 years old. Baddie be hold your chest open, don't move, hold your chest. But it is like you can't discipline your kids because it's so many parents out here that be, oh, that's abuse and this abuse. It's like, no, mind your fucking business. Go discipline your kid how you want to discipline your kid. Now if you feel it's abuse, call the police. That's the thing. If it was abuse, call the police. Don't sit there and watch this kid get beat across the fucking head, and then it's like I thought that was abuse. No, call the police. That is abuse.
And
Them
it
kids be
was
shooting their kids in
abuse.
the head. But when people ain't called the police or nothing, I know it wasn't that serious. Like I can't
So the
sit there and
police
watch
was
the
called.
kid. I
It was
can't
actually a
sit there and
child
watch the
line.
kid get smacked around. I don't care if it's their father or not. If he abusing that, hitting him inside his head over, I might swing on him first. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to just sit there and be like, was that abuse? Is that abuse? No, I know what abuse is, but that's what it
right.
is. That's supposed to be disciplined, because every time they get disciplined, it's somebody out here that will call it abuse. Even if you use a belt, that's still abuse. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Like you shouldn't. And then they be complaining about the kids that we got out here as young adults. Oh, they needed their ass, but somebody where they parents at? They parents the same parents that y'all told them don't put your hands on them kids. It's like it's a lose-lose. Like, nah, if you feel like that kid, all kids don't even really get whooping because a lot of them not bad. But the ones that are, they know they deserve it. I never met an adult that said, hey, when you was young, you was getting your ass whooped. Did you not deserve it? They're like, nah, I fucked up. My parents used to whoop my ass. Now you just out here getting beat. I understand why you feel like other kids and you didn't deserve it. That's wrong. That's child abuse. That's not getting a spanking. That's just somebody just beating on you. You just became a punching bag. But you
Right.
Now,
can,
if you got a father that drank and came home drunk and beat the hell out of you, that's a different ass story.
yeah.
But if you know you beating your kids just because you angry and shit, that's different.
Yeah,
I used to tell my son, you got the worst luck in the world, because my ex-wife would beat his ass. My ex-wife was Child Protective Service. So if somebody called, her phone would ring. So this nigga would get a beating. And if somebody called, she was the one they calling. So I'm like, you got the worst luck in the world.
on the police. God
Call the
damn.
police and that's your dad. Dad, they told me to call.
Morning on the mic. Wake up, tap in, baby. The Morning Mac Show. The Morning Mac Show. Coffee on the dash. Pages in your hand. Big news, small laughs. Right at your command.
I got beat by the
Mac got the truth and the jokes on deck. If your day felt rough, we could fix that right. Listen close, now it's time to rise. One more minute, then open your eyes. Strings come up in the...
Okay, we got Al's question of the day. If you can erase one thing from your life forever, what would it be? We got A, B, C, and D. We got fear, we got regret, we got failure, and we got toxic people. And we only can choose one, and why?
Okay. Mine would be A, I would erase fear from my life forever because I think fear stops me from doing those other things. And if I didn't have the fear, I wouldn't be fearful of cutting toxic people off. I wouldn't be fearful to live my life and do it the right way. A lot of times we fear different stuff like, oh, what they're going to say, what they're going to do. We fear the outcome. We even fear failure. That's why a lot of us don't try for fear. So I would erase fear because fear will paralyze you. Fear to me, I've always said is dangerous. When I say you got to do something, do it, go scared. If you're scared, go scared. Kool-Aid, I'm passing it to you. But my answer is A.
Okay, my bad. I would pick toxic people because, I need them. They're already erasing, but I need them to be erased for good. And I picked that because that's the only way I'll be able to live my life the way I'm supposed to live my life, and it makes me feel good. And like I said, fear, I'm used to it. I like fear because it makes me do it, eventually, and regret. I don't want to, erase that because that makes you stronger and wiser too, and to make better choices. And failure, sometimes I like failure because I always bounce back from it. So, but toxic people got to go because if they don't, then I'm going to be the one in jail.
Okay, you got to pass it on to one of the guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I just got to take a breath. I be always getting winded or choking on this show. I don't know what y'all got going on. No, but, all right, let me pass it to, hear David Funny Man Green.
Okay. I'm not going to pick fear because without fear there'll be no caution or something. Like like with no fear. Somebody like, oh, there's a lion. So I'm picking failure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking failure. I was gonna go with toxic people, but then I would have, less family and friends. So So yeah, I'm gonna go with failure.
You got to pass it on when you're done.
Let's see what Phil got to say.
I'm gonna go with toxic people for the mere fact the other three are just human emotions that you probably can't get rid of. Toxic people you can dump.
Okay. All right. When you finish your sentiment, pass it on. Phil.
Molly.
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I got a delay, but I'm going with C. I'm going with failure. I just feel like if I can erase one thing from my life forever, that means I would never fail. It would never be failure from here on out in my life. I wouldn't fail anything. I won't have no more regrets because what is the regret? I'm not gonna fail. Like toxic people, who cares they're around me? I'm not failing. It ain't nothing they can do to stop me from succeeding because failure don't exist in my world no more. So I'm going definitely with C because I think that C erased all the rest of those for me. Back to you, Riri.
Okay. Do you have a part B to the question?
No part B.
No. Well, I'm staying with fear because I know fear can cause a lot of failures. Fear can cause, but you made a good point without any human emotion. That we scared of everything, and like for me, you scared of failing, so people don't try because they scared of failing. They scared of because they still have that fear there, even though your failure won't be there. You wouldn't fail if you tried, but sometimes your fear keeps you from trying. Sometimes people know as good as shit, they can rap, they can sing it, whatever, but because of they scared, they won't even try. They wouldn't fail at it, but you gotta try something to fail. But they won't some people won't even try, is what I'm saying, because of the fear. And the toxic
fear of failure. That's it.
To cut the toxic people out their life. And what was the other two answers?
Regret.
And some people fear messing up, or fear, oh, that'll leave me with regrets, and they won't do it because they fear and regret. It's just
that's the thing. Fear keep popping up, and failure, failure popping up. But you gotta remember, failure exists because you fear. If you fear to have failure,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I will remove fear. Right,
yeah.
I would remove fear from my life because I wouldn't be scared to try things. And if I try and I succeed, but a lot of people won't even try it for the fear of failing. So I would remove fear out of my life. I wouldn't fear it. I'll go out there and try it, and then I go out there and I know I kill it. But
you still fail though. You still can fail. That's the thing, and that can still cause regret. Just because you don't fear failing, you can have no fear doing a backflip right now and fail at it. And you have regret because that shit'll be hurting. That's what I'm saying. Like, no failure means whatever you set your mind to, you're gonna actually do it. So it's no point of fearing it. You only fear because of failure. So it's like failure only exists to you because the fear. And you saying if you get rid of the fear, that failure's still there though. You still can fail that thing. You just won't have no fear to do so. But I'm like, if you're gonna go on stage and kill it, you ain't gonna fail. You're gonna kill it. So it's no point of fearing it. It's no point of fearing it. But you can have no fear going on stage and still get booed. You can go up that motherfucker and think whatever jokes you got that's corny and all that shit, and go out there with no fear at all and still get booed. But if you go out there, you're gonna kill it for sure. It's gonna be no failure. That fear gone already. You already know.
Yeah.
But aren't all those emotions put in your life for a reason for you to grow from?
Yeah, I believe so. That's why I said you can get rid of one. What would it be? Because we all got them, so it ain't really no way we can get rid of one. But if you was able to, which one would it be? And there ain't really no wrong answers.
It's just that's just our
And he picked A2, Reese. He said fear because he has missed so many great opportunities because of having fear, relationships, business endeavors. Yeah. Yeah.
Fear can paralyze
you. Rejection. He don't want to get rejected. You say relationship, business, failure. You don't want to fail. You scared of failing. And that's why I say kids need to get their ass whooped early, Kenny. Fall, get up, Slim. Don't get babied up. Get up. Get your ass up.
Exactly.
If you lose a game, all that crying and stuff, go out there and work harder so you can win the next one. But you got a lot of kids get babied up. They get talked to, all pampered and stuff. And now
they get participation trophies.
They got a lot of feelings.
Mom was talking about that earlier.
Daddy ain't there. Yeah, they ain't there to actually help you talk.
Participation
they ain't there to help you actually get this business started. They help you holler at this girl. You got to already have that in you. You can't have fear. Fear comes from when you're young, man. There's a lot of little boys be bold. Man, I remember a little boy came to me, he was like, he wanted to talk to my daughter. Like, wow. And it was another little boy who liked her, just never came over. He was shy, but it was like, this little boy right here got no fear at all. I don't know if he understand, like, I'm her father. He come to the door to open the door for her, grab her. I'm like, shorty, he's like, no, I got it. I got her. She good. I'm like, he just bold. I love it though, I like it. He starting off young. He ain't scared of girls. A lot of us were scared of girls at that age, like, I don't know. I had a lot of friends like that.
So the flip side of that coin, Marley, is he scared of you?
Nah, he ain't scared of me, his father, nobody, like the teachers, whoever. He just one of them kids just like know he belong here. If he wants something, he say he go get it. I like that. Like you can't tell him he ain't good. He told me he beat me in basketball. He's only 7 years old. I might beat you, but man, like he's serious too. I can tell how the conversation was going. Like I was like, wow, he's just so confident, man. You gotta let that, like, build that into him, man. I don't know how he feel if he failed yet, though. I don't know how he act towards rejection, you know, but I want my kid it ended up being one of my friends' kid that I went to school with, you know. So I was like, you ain't nothing like your father. He was scary. He was like, I don't know who he get it from.
Oh shit.
Okay. Anybody want to double down on their answer?
Nah, I think a lot of them good though. Regret.
Yeah.
Nobody picked regret.
Yeah, nobody. I think we hit every last one of them except regret. You know, a lot of people learn from the things that they done before. You might have regret for doing it, but you know you ain't gonna do it again. You know, but I don't know. I think that's something that we all need to build from. Like Kool-Aid
I may not regret doing it. I'm just regret it turned out the way it did.
That can be the case too. Hey, he regret doing what he did. He just regret the turnout, you know.
Yeah, yeah. David, Kool-Aid, y'all got anything y'all want to add?
That Kenny got a question.
Nah, that was just funny when he said that if he gets rid of the toxic people, it'll be his friends and family. And that's hilarious. Some of that is like, it was funny, but it's kind of true. And then it's like, I had to think about it. It's like, okay, well then, damn, I'm about to leave the earth too.
Yeah, that's
getting rid of it. I want to get rid of it. I could be toxic too.
Fear, you wouldn't be scared of getting rid of your family members. They would drop off like leaves, like boom. Let me shake the tree. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Because you can't have the fear of being alone or fear of family turning their back on you, whatever. Especially if they're toxic. You can't have that fear. That's the only reason why we do put up with a lot of toxic people. Because we don't like it. We just fear. Fear was the outcome. Fear was going to happen behind it. If you don't have that fear, you say, Aunt June, go on somewhere and sit down with that man.
Just have a boundary. A boundary.
I don't know if it's fear, Reese. I feel it's more acceptance of them. You know that's how they are. So you just kind of accept it.
But why don't you say something or say back? You can know how people are, and you could not deal with them. But then,
that's why I say get rid of them.
Toxic if it's going to, but some people can't get rid of them because they scared.
Right. Ron said he go with D. Ron and Don, what up? Him and Kool-Aid picked D. He said toxic people for him.
Yeah, they vanishing like flies in my life, and then some of them are coming back, but they're coming back a different way because they know I don't want the toxic them. I showed them, and I believed who they were, and even if you think you change, you ain't changing my ass. And they're nicer, but they'll throw in little shit, a whole bunch of different family members and exes, whatever's going on. It's just really weird, but I want them to disappear for good, honestly, out of my life. If they continue to have that fakeness with them because they know how I want them to come. You know what I mean? So the representatives is telling them, go this way. You know what I mean? But then it'd be a twist at the end. I ain't got time for that. Because 6 months from now, it'll be something else they done did. And you know what I mean? It's just always something with toxic people, even with me. That's why I stopped being toxic. I flushed it down the toilet.
And how'd you do that?
Because I want to know. How'd you stop being toxic? You changed your stinking thinking?
I stopped being toxic. It's not even about thinking, because sometimes you can think that you're going to do something and you don't never do it. It's about doing, not thinking, doing. So one thing that I did do is I took some salt and I flushed it down the toilet. And I said everything that I wanted toxic removed out of my life, and whoever is toxic and whatever, anything negative, all that, down the drain it goes, and voila. That's just my thing.
But you said you stopped being toxic.
Yeah. Oh, you did it first.
Everybody. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had to do that little ritual that I just told you. That's the only way it works for me. I took all the toxins out of my life, and I removed the toxin people out of my life as well. You just got to stop being toxic. I mean, my toxic is, I'll fuck with you or something. If I hear something you said about me, I'll keep fucking with you. You know what I mean? That's kitty shit, but that's toxic. You know what I'm saying? Now, the new me, if I hear you said something bad about me, which I did hear a comedian say something bad about me, I just kept it to myself. You feel what I'm saying? And then I know how to, when I approach that person, I know they don't really bang with me. But a toxic me would have blasted them, called them, went off, went to their show, and sat in the audience and booed them. You feel what I'm saying? That's toxic. So you just stay.
Yeah, that's toxic.
Yeah, oh yeah, I used to be one
That's
of them.
toxic.
Listen, I'm one of them that people don't fuck with me. I'm telling you, they just don't. And I changed, but I'm telling you, every time somebody had did something to me, I would always. They were like, God damn, please leave me alone.
So you a
would
tick for tat.
I don't know what it was. I'm not like that now, but I just turned the other cheek. I'm very matured, and I got goals, and I'm thinking about myself. I'm loving myself more. And once you love yourself more and think about yourself and your kids and your household, you don't care what nobody else is doing.
That's the bottom line.
And I guess I'm getting to that, so I don't, now you can't let anybody run over you and treat you like dirt, but you know how to do it a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not toxic at all. As soon as I hear somebody talking about some toxic shit, I'll be like, oh, I gotta call you back.
Tuesday, Weezy Wee popped in here, y'all. She said, Happy Tuesday, beautiful beings.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't deal with, too much toxic stuff, but I believe everybody toxic, in their own way. They might not be toxic to me, but there's somebody out there that they get on their nerves. I know somebody out here probably like, they can't stand that motherfucker, but I just try to, do what I can control. I can't control other people.
Exactly.
I just feel like most of the people that you're going to be around is going to be the people you know and you love. And those going to be the people you consider the judge. So it's like, everybody you meet going to be toxic at one point, So it's just like erasing those people. That works for a lot of people. Knowing how to deal with those people, that works for some people. I'm the person that just know how to deal with certain people. If I feel like the room getting toxic, I know how to remove myself. But I ain't the type person just gonna remove myself from the family or the world. I'm not gonna miss an event because such and such did and everybody else did that I love. Like that's when I just feel like it gone too far. I see a lot of people that don't come out because they heard a certain person was there. And I was like, yeah, they be like, well, that person toxic. Well, you toxic too. You can't come in a room with everybody else that you know and love because of one person, because they can take this out of you. So I don't want that person in either if it's that case. So I just tell them people eventually they get older, probably bump into each other. But that's something that say more about self than anybody else. That's how I look at it though. But I think we all toxic. I think we all be toxic at some point. Somebody gonna tell you get the fuck. I'm all doing too much. Even when I talk about my health shit, people don't want to hear that shit. I'm toxic to them.
Sorry, calling from Southern Maryland.
He realized took a call live. He can't.
I thought she was talking to us about somebody about being toxic.
Yeah, I did too for a second. I had to look up like, hold on. So they can't.
Oh no, you got people calling you about it? Shit.
They talking, they calling in for the show. They loving it.
Damn, they call you. They call in directly. I'm toxic. Shit.
I don't know.
I was talking to a minister about spiritual gifts and shit. Well, let me rephrase that. I was talking to a minister about spiritual gifts, and that dude told me my spiritual gift. I got the spiritual gift of not giving a damn. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that was one. But when I look at it, I really don't. A lot of stuff I let flow because I really don't give a damn. If, I can't change nobody but me. So at the end of the day, you going to do you. All I got to do is respond to what I do about it. I'm either going to respond or I'm not going to respond. But you start running around trying to change people, your ass going to be miserable and crazy as hell.
You're gonna hurt somebody. Somebody asking for ass whoop. And whether I like them or not, I'll be courting. But not be buddy with them. Yeah, that's how you should be. You're gonna run into a lot of people just living in the same city. You might run into somebody you got into it with before. That don't mean you can't go in that grocery store. I'm still going in that motherfucker, get what I need to get, and keep moving. That don't mean y'all need to speak or argue. They can
or you don't.
Just You see your whole fucking brother in that joint. Y'all fueling right now. Like that shouldn't stop you from doing what you got to do. You know, but some people feel
And
like
if
that's
it do, you let them win. You
yeah.
let them win.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I done met people say they do that because they know themselves. Like they know they toxic. They know I'm gonna fuck that person up if they try me. You know, so to avoid all that, I'm gonna stay away. I'm like, I get it. Some people know themselves. They know like I can't take it. If I see this person face, I'm literally gonna go off. I'm like, I respect that. You know,
Right,
East
right,
up.
right.
You know, but don't act like that person making you do this shit. You know, like you still
That's
control.
on you.
That's on
That's
you.
on you.
Person can make you feel a certain way. That person got control of your life, your energy. I mean, anytime you can be happy, that person pop up, you like, oh, this motherfucker, like that ain't a good life. You know, that's tough. I think we all been there though. Had a few people I ain't want to be around. And when they was around, it was like, oh, this motherfucker, you know, but I learned I had to learn it to get through that, you know. Especially you got kids out here, your partner might be with somebody else. You gotta learn how to your ex partner ain't gonna be with somebody else.
Yep.
Somebody gonna be playing a role. Weezy, you missed the question of the day. I'll pull it up for you before we get up out of
That's
here.
who I was looking for. Where Weezy at?
She ducking as always, man. She ducking. I think we picked everything except regret. I believe so. Ain't nobody picked regret, right?
Mm-mm.
Nah, ain't nobody pick regret.
Yeah, everybody mostly picked A, C, and D. And we had 2 D's, 2 C's, and 2 A's, or 3 C's. So Al, this was a good one. Even though you missed the question today, as we know you're busy. But give us your answer before we get our good energy and get up out of here, Weezy Week. See what she said. They give people power when they can change your entire attitude just from saying them or hearing their name. Yeah, I done heard people say, man, don't even say that person's name, Slim. Man, that just threw me all off. They so mad at that person. Like, damn, y'all still feuding. Like, come on, man. Especially when you're good with both parties. That's the worst. She said, I'm going to come in and give my answer. Look, she said, don't be calming her. She thought she popping in and giving her answer. We going to hold up for you for a second. You know, we was 3-2 today. There's always more men and women on here. Now you want to come even the score.
She got something good to say.
Yeah, I got it here. All of them good, but I'm just sure nobody picked regret. That was damn. We almost hit the whole board.
I don't regret nothing. I don't care.
Good. I don't regret that. Yeah, I'm
I
like,
don't regret nothing. I don't. Everything I've done, I don't regret it.
mm-hmm. Hey,
I don't. Nothing. Not never. Anything I did bad, I don't regret it.
we probably can get some money, man. You ain't see the women out here street fighting. I think Kool-Aid do real good.
What?
Yeah, it's these women out here, they street fighting for money.
I don't think Kool-Aid a street fighter.
Man,
No,
all you
I
gotta do
ain't
is,
fighting you. I'm a.
all you gotta do is tell her something. Just tell her something. That bitch
I
over
don't fight no
there.
more.
No
People don't
more.
want to fight me.
You got the gloves on. It's gloves protection.
Yeah, I used to fight a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, they been making a little money city to city.
Yeah, no, I'm a
They said all my
lover.
life I had to fight.
All my life I had to fight.
Yep, I'm a lover.
And they
Had
say
to
she a
fight my
lover.
But you
brothers.
told her
Had
she
to
don't
fight.
do that no more either.
Yeah, she gonna roll her eyes after she say that. I'm a lover.
Yeah,
Roll
no,
her
I'm not
eyes.
attracted to men or women. Nope.
What you attracted to animals? What the fuck going on? What's going on, Kool-Aid? We gotta get you to the city, man. Get you out here. It's a
I'm
nice
attracted
here.
to my my dreams and goals.
Okay.
We can get you down here.
He said, okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want no relationship. I don't want to be in love. None of that. I'm sorry. I'm done.
You don't even want to be in like, huh?
Now, I'm
But
already in like, but I don't want no partner. I'm good. I'm done for her. I don't want to.
why
Man, he
why
out
is
here
that?
waiting for you, girl. He waiting on you, and you out
I'm
here.
done.
You
I
out
don't
here.
want to.
You're too young to be done.
I know. Well.
You said she'll raise fear. Fear can cause you to remain stuck right where you are. She talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't want no relationships and stuff. I don't know. I'm good.
Damn, she said her second one be regret, but only the regret
Really?
taking certain chances that was given to me.
He said, really?
Yeah, somebody pick regret.
She just had to come in and mess it up.
What did they say
What was
about
her,
regret? I didn't hear you.
Link is
what was her
on.
first one?
Fear.
Oh, fear.
The one I be texting, that one. Your iPhone. We usually got like 5 phones. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, Kool-Aid, don't give up, man. He out here waiting on you.
Well, that's the thing. When you're not looking, maybe they'll pop up. When you're looking, they.
I saw him at the club last night asking about you.
Nah, I don't go to clubs.
I didn't say you was there. I said he was there.
Yeah. Why she missed him? She didn't go.
She don't go. That's the nigga gonna change your life.
Mm-mm. I don't want no nigga.
Come on, white man.
What?
No.
Oh damn, she want a white man.
No.
He wasn't at this club.
I don't want no gangbanger, no drug seller. I don't
I
like
ain't
those.
no gang bang. Phil, you know gang bangers? No.
Nah,
Bangers.
Nah. I
Well,
was
where's he
at
from?
watching I was at Northeast Groovers.
You crazy.
Damn.
Don't nobody want me. I'm retired.
No.
I'm washed up, as the kids say. I'm washed.
I was at the Howard Theater watching Northeast Groovers.
Yeah, they was lit.
No, I think my mate is a different nationality. I really do.
I told you. I just told you.
She want a white man.
No.
A white man with a trust fund.
You already know the morning max show. Turn it up, let it roll. The morning max show. Take the day by the throat. When the world feels slow. The morning max show.
You just want to say that. That's why you send me the link.
You said
I couldn't get to it to the other phone. I'm like, shit, I'm out.
Look, I'm sorry. That was the hospital because y'all know I'll be out tomorrow for a procedure. I'm having surgery tomorrow. So I had to take that call. It was important. I'm glad I did.
It's good, baby. You and our prayers.
Thank you.
Yes, but the fear aspect of it, the fear can take you places where you don't really want to go, and has control over you. And also another thing when it comes to y'all talking about toxic people, most toxic people have a fear of, others. Most toxic people have a fear of, being looked at. So they're toxic. They give the attention that they don't want nobody to see their flaws and see the things that hurt them. So they are crazy, unnecessarily. If they weren't insecure about those things, they probably would be as toxic as they are. So I ain't worried about no toxic people. They are. I don't pay toxic people no mind, but that fear, has stunted me a lot. So I'd rather not have that.
But there's a lot of like what you just said, Weezy, and also what Reese was talking about, because both you two picked fear and everything, but the more you all explain it, it's all talking about failure or whatever like that. No, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, you know what I mean? Without fear, I wouldn't worry about failing, or I wouldn't let this. Without failure, like Molly said, and I said, without failure, you don't have to worry about fear or whatever like that. No, because you know what I mean. It's like it's okay. So if I'm always let's take it to the school aspect. If I'm always getting A's and on my tests or whatever like that, no, I have the confidence, whatever, and like that, no, that you know what I mean. My next test, I'm going to pass it or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have fear or whatever like that, no. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. I'm always succeeding or whatever. Even sports wise or whatever like that. No, if we're constantly playing this team and blowing them out or something like that, no, and they were like, oh, who's next on the schedule? Oh, the Bulldogs. Oh, we beat them by like 50 for the past 5 years or something like that. No, I'm not worried about playing them Bulldogs.
Well, then you ain't worried about failure, right?
but failure.
You're not worried about failure, but
you
fear
need
sometimes
failure. How do you learn if you don't fail? If you always win, how do you learn to strategize?
Yeah, where's your growth coming from?
Always win everything. You just know that you just going off what you know. But if somebody makes you fail or you lose, then you figure out, hey, okay, I made that mistake. I can learn from that mistake. I don't have an issue with failure because failure is not necessarily being a loser. Failure could be something that, oh, I forgot. I missed the bus or I missed the interview. I need that. That means I need to get up earlier, or I missed this. I need to get up earlier. So, failure teaches you if you allow it to. So failure isn't necessarily a bad thing. And regret. The only thing I would regret is just not taking certain chances. Not going and doing certain things because of certain things. So that would be it. The failure. No, I don't look at failure as anything bad. Mm-mm. Toxic people can kick rocks. People be around me. If I got something to say, if I have a problem with you, I'll let you know. Or like I said, I'll be cordial, but don't think you're about to be in my face. No, and you already know the situation. If I have an issue with you, you already know. So I don't, toxic people, it is what it is. But fear for sure is one thing that I have had to deal with as far as like there's different types of fear. Fear of success. People don't know that some people have a fear of success. And not necessarily that you don't want to be successful, but it's like you don't feel worthy of the fact that you can be successful. So you kind of sabotage the gift you've been given or what you've been offered. You know what I'm saying?
Or you feel that you're going to fail. That's just what it is.
Outside,
That's
so
cool.
that's one thing for sure. That if it was taken away, a lot of people would be able to thrive more. Failing. I failed before, and guess what? I was like, oh shoot, let me learn from this. What can I do better? What can I change, or what did I learn from this? Failure is not necessarily negative.
Nah, I think failure is learning aspect, but I think not failing is already known. Like Dave said, if I pass the test, I have no fear of it because I know I'm gonna pass it. So
That's being
it's
cocky.
yeah, a lot of people learning from failure, but you still fail. Like if you fail to pass the test, you won't achieve the things that you was trying to achieve. You got to do it all over again. That take away time. If you fail at being a good parent, then your kids might be fucked up. But if you're gonna succeed at all these things, it ain't that you ain't learned something, it's that you already know it. You already have the knowledge to get it done. So it ain't that you missing out on learning things, it's that you already know the things that other people failing to learn.
That means you know everything then.
Yeah, mostly.
That's
Yeah, and that's the
give you a
thing. If you can
false
take
sense.
one thing from it, that will be the one thing. It ain't that it hurts. It's just that if I can erase one thing from life forever, why not that? Because that will help me with fear. That will help me with toxic people, regret. I got no way of failing. Why would I have any fear at
Right.
all? Who would I be regretting because I didn't fail? Most people have regret because of the things they didn't get done. Toxic people, what I care about toxic people? They're not gonna stop me from achieving. They're not gonna cause me to fail. And there's a lot of people out here that let toxic people cause them from achieving, cause them from moving on in life. They like to use them as like,
Right.
oh, I can get here, but if it weren't for these people, if it weren't for that people, them toxic people, and because them people really do that. people try to keep doors from opening for you and
Yeah,
things
keep them
like
as a
that.
scapegoat.
But when you know you're gonna
Right.
pass regardless, you know it ain't gonna be failure. Fuck that. I'm going on Apollo. I know this nigga ain't going. Sandman ain't gonna get me out of there because I know I'm gonna pass it. But when you're not for sure, you're gonna have fear. And then when you do fail, you're gonna have regret. And you're gonna still have them toxic ass people around you pulling you down. So
I
I'm just
told you
like,
so. I
get
told you
rid of
so.
one
Yep.
of those things. I get rid of failure because that helped me with other things. You know, not having fear, you still can have failure. You still can go up there and have a bad set and still fail and have regret from that and still have toxic people around you. So it's just like that's the only thing I can see removing from my life that will make things better, you know, like
Right.
ASAP. That don't mean it's better. That I wouldn't want life without failure, you know, because that's the point of life. But if I had to choose one to erase, that would be the one because I think that would help with everything else.
I think failure helps
And
people
Reese,
stay
you said,
humble.
I mean, not Reese, but
No, because some people then you have a God complex. You don't you ace everything. That means you're not gonna study
You
because
should. You should have
you're
a
not
God
gonna fail.
complex.
You're
Would you
not
tell
gonna.
your kid go out there and fear? Would you tell him
I
be
mean,
scared? You tell him you got this.
I
Ain't nothing
say
to be scared
you go.
about.
I tell you, if you scared, go
You
scared.
do. And that's how
But
we
if
should carry
you want,
ourselves.
if
That's what
you
I'm saying. You
successful
remove
at
fear.
everything you
You telling
do,
your children go
where's
get it
your
no matter
humbleness
what.
at?
It's still, you're helping them remove that fear.
Why you
and
ain't
and,
got
and we and Weezy, on your example, you said if you missed the bus or something like that, no, so you have no failure, so you wouldn't miss the bus. You know, what I mean, something miraculously would have happened or something. And they'd be like, you know what, the bus is running late or something like that. And also the whole time you thought you was an hour late, and then boom, there's the bus. There's no failure. You know what I mean?
your ass
Yeah,
to be up
no,
on
that was
time?
just a little, little quick. Shoot, my behind runs for the bus, so I
Then you're
don't be
not
missing
going to
nothing. I
try
be
to do
gone.
nothing if there's no failure.
But if you learn from those lessons, I wouldn't have to run for the bus if I leave out a few minutes earlier. And it's
Yeah.
not
But
necessarily
where's your
failing. It's
growth
just,
at?
just learn.
Reezy zapped out. Riri, what you say, Ree?
When you trying, if everything you do turns to gold, you ain't got to try to do nothing. You ain't got. I ain't got to learn those words. I ain't got to do it because I'm
No,
a.
you already know it. Y'all keep trying to
Yeah, you
make
already
somebody
know it.
dumb. Yeah, they
Yeah.
not dumb. It's he's not failing because he already know it. That's why he
Okay.
studied. He did whatever it take to actually accomplish this thing. If he wanted to
Okay.
be a
Got to
fucking
put in
world
that work.
sprinter, he gonna put in the work. He gonna get up on time. He not
Right.
gonna miss the
Right.
bus because he know this what comes with being successful. Failure come with not being disciplined. You know, so a lot of us fail at a lot of things because we don't know the discipline that come behind it. You got to go to sleep. You got to eat right. You got to do these certain things. So you'll be doing those things so you don't fail. It ain't that you just magically things just gonna keep happening for you. No, you're gonna
Oh,
do
that's
the
what
good.
Dave was saying.
I
Did you hear
know,
what
and
Dave?
that's why I was telling Dave that no, she will be up on time. It ain't that the bus gonna come and do no. She just gonna be up on time like she supposed to be and be out there when the time the bus come. That's the part why she won't fail. If you up late and all that, then you missed it. Now you missed out on that job. You hopefully you find another one. That's failure. That's cool. It happened to us before, but I'm saying we got been able to erase one of those things. Why not that one? Why erase fear? The whole time you get fear because you scared you might miss the bus, or you scared you might not get the job, or you scared this and this, and all that can cause you to not do those things. A lot of people, like Kenny said, he didn't do half the things he wanted to do because of fear. So it's just like, all right, you can get rid of fear, but now you can still fail. You can still not get the girl. It might feel good. You went to holler at her, but you still ain't get it. So it's like I get why you want to have fear, but the same thing y'all saying you can't learn if you take away failure. Life sucks without fear. Like so we can hit that down. Like fear can keep you from going in certain places. That can be
Yep.
awareness right there. That fear can cause like, know what, I'm gonna take this way, because they be doing crazy stuff down there. It can cause you from so, but you want to get rid of that. Now you ain't got no fear. You just walk in the lion's nest. Just like, yeah, it's that fuck it. I'm just we still no fear. You still got fear of things. You still know, like, I ain't gonna do that, because that's it's still fit there, but we can still pinpoint on how not having fear can hurt y'all. Because y'all the one said y'all get rid of fear. Not having fear can cause a lot of problems in life. Because you just not scared. That don't mean it ain't the wrong thing to do. You got fear not robbing the bank. Go ahead, Reese. Fuck it. You know, you can not fit jail. You still in there. You know, it's like it's a lot
Like I
of
said,
things.
pet the lion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you might be scared.
Is that like the dude on the Twilight Zone episode where it wasn't fear? It was, what was it? He was lucky about everything that happened to him. I mean, he couldn't fail. He was, he couldn't lose at anything. He was just the luckiest person ever. And he'd walk out in traffic and nothing would hit him. He'd fall out of a plane and wouldn't die. He'd he'd land on some sheep or something and wouldn't die. So, it just made, I don't know. It just made him cocky.
Mm-hmm. There's a superhero like that. Forgot her name. She was on one of them joints, but she good luck. So it's like no matter what happens, they find
that was on the
way.
X-Men.
Yeah, that change is crazy.
That's the hospital calling back. Hold on, y'all.
Hey, anyway, I gotta bounce up out of here, guys. I'll catch you with y'all later on.
I feel.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
All right, Weezy, we better get up out of here. Appreciate everybody tapping in today. Make sure y'all hit that like, that share button. Subscribe, y'all watching on YouTube. Try and get them viewers up, them subscribers up. And y'all get the notification anytime we go live. Y'all ain't got to worry about me sending the link. This ain't always on there.
Let's go.
Money man. Good energy, brother.
Good energy, good energy. Same thing I say all the time. You know what I mean? Work the job, don't let the job work you. Something positive that's about to happen in about an hour. I'll be on the road again.
On the road again.
On the road again.
Baby?
No. Get my car.
Oh, you got your whip back, your license and everything.
Yeah. Well, my tags and everything. Yeah.
Okay. The man gonna be back on the road, man. You gotta come to the city. Appreciate everybody who tapped in with us, man. As you see my girl Riri on them calls. We're gonna be on here with us tomorrow, but we'll be back for Wellness Wednesday. Like I tell y'all every day, man, if y'all got anything y'all want us to talk about, just send it into the show and we'll talk about it. If you want to be part of the panel, just send any of us a message and ask for the link. And we can come on here and talk and get in the conversation with us. Until then, y'all be safe out there. Peace and love. Catch y'all tomorrow. Wellness Wednesday. We out of here.